The Galien Foundation fosters, recognizes, and rewards excellence in scientific innovation to improve the human condition.
André Malraux said once in one of his novels, "Une vie humaine ne vaut rien, mais rien ne vaut une vie humaine." Human life is worth nothing, but nothing is worth a human life. All these men and women are trying to save human lives. Is there anything more noble than that?
Around the globe, the Prix Galien is considered as the equivalent of the Nobel Prize for the industry, mobilizing an unrivaled network of Nobel laureates and top biomedical scientists. The Galien Foundation manages an independent, cross-functional, and geographically diverse program of events and sponsorship to brand the best of the best in new medicines and diagnostics. The Prix Galien is a welcome initiative to stimulate creative research and promote excellence. Barack Obama. The Galien Awards ceremony is considered the equivalent of the Oscars night for the innovators in the labs and awards every year the best pharmaceutical product, the best biotechnology product, the best medical technology. The Roy Vagelos Pro Bono Humanum Award for Global Health Equity is bestowed to an individual, a company, an academic institution, or a non-governmental agency that has helped to improve the human condition through the application of biopharmaceutical science to problems of developing or underserved populations worldwide.
This is the right event, on the right issue, at the right time.
I thank His Excellency, the President, for bringing Prix Galien to Africa, and I look forward to the day when we will celebrate an African winner of the Prix Galien.
I'm particularly grateful to receive this award.
The awards are among the highest honors in science and commerce because they lead to improvement in the human condition.
The Prix Galien Awards recognize the world's brightest minds and most innovative companies. They are a true celebration of the hard work required to produce life-changing interventions.
That is what makes us optimistic about the future.
Congratulations to all of you.
Make a difference. Join the Galien Foundation.
Welcome, everybody. It's the conclusion of Galien Week. It's been a fantastic week. We've had some 15,000 people participating in this week in various webinars on digital health, biotechnology, medical devices, pharmaceutical products, ideas, bold ideas and innovations that can improve the human condition. In a few moments, we'll be hearing from the Prix Galien Award winners. They represent the very best of the best in innovation that can improve the human condition. With me today, a very special moment in kicking off this press conference is, in fact, the Minister of State from Senegal, Dr. Awa Marie COLL-SECK. Dr. COLL-SECK is playing a very important role in Galien globally. In fact, she is the chair. She is introducing Galien Africa, because when we think of innovation that can improve the human condition, we think at Galien around the world. Dr. COLL-SECK, welcome to Galien Week. Welcome. I know you're speaking to us right now from your office in Dakar. So tell us a little bit. I know in 5 weeks, you are introducing the Galien environment, the forum, and the award program for the first time in Africa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Thank you, Jill. I would like, first of all, to really thank you for the invitation, but also congratulate the winners of this very important prize. I would like to tell you that we are so happy to work with the Galien Foundation in Africa. And in 5 weeks, we will be in Dakar, but also all over Africa, because it will be a digital event speaking on Africa response to the COVID-19 pandemic. And this will be a very important moment for us, because we will have around 1,000 people online and very important people, experienced people will take the floor and have a very interactive discussion. I can tell you also that we will have people like the Director General of WHO, Tedros. We will have also the Africa CDC. We will have invite people from very far. Ellen Clark, who will tell us a little more on what is the socio-economic impact in the resource extractive resources in Africa and in the world. We will have Peter Piot. We will have Nobel Prizes. A lot of people and experts will be with us, but we will have also students. We are taking the best student of the University of Africa, Anglophone and Lusophone, but also Francophone Africa, from South Africa to the Maghreb. This is really an opportunity. And we will have also to give them capacitate them on leadership. So this is a very important time for us, because it will be also an intergenerational discussion and experience.
Dr. COLL-SECK, you're always so humble in mentioning many of your colleagues from around the world who have been on the front lines of infectious disease. And you just mentioned to us right now, of course, that this year's theme, appropriately, sadly, is on COVID-19. You're also an infectious disease specialist, and you've been on the front lines around the world, certainly in Africa and around the world, on other pandemics, other epidemics that we've been concerned about, Ebola, HIV as a virus, and so forth. You've worked with many of these people around the world. You have an appreciation for the importance of a global community that's driven by innovation that can improve the human condition. Could you reflect back a little bit on some of the things that you experienced during the period where you and Dr. Peter Perot from the World Health Organization were working on AIDS, and later on in your career as an infectious disease specialist and responsible for the Ministry of Health on Ebola? What learnings could you share with our Galien community right now that we should be thinking about?
Innovation is key. Innovation has done a lot when we look at the health in countries, but also in the world. And experience on HIV/AIDS has showed me that if we don't innovate, if we don't look out of the box, we just repeat what has been done, but you are not improving. And when I work also on malaria, because I was also sharing and the CEO of Rollback Malaria, we had there to innovate with when we can say the rapid diagnostic test, for example, but also when we look at nets, it was before nets only, but now after we look at impregnated nets, because this is an advance for the past. A lot of things, when we look also at COVID-19, I can tell you that in Africa, we had a lot of innovation. It is why during our meeting, we will have to invite particularly young people who have been able to look on robots to distribute medication and distribute meals for the people in isolation. We had also the opportunity to speak with some young innovators who have been able to create respiratory machines, also masks. Only the mask has been a lot of innovation in that. Now, it's just to say that when you look at the world in general, but when you look at different domains, but health is not out of that. Innovation is key, and Africa has not been out of this innovation.
To that point, I know many times when we think of digital health, and I know this year you're celebrating digital health innovation. Now, from my own journey around the world, I've found that digital health means different things to different people and different regions. One of the great things I found in Africa is actually the use of a different form of digital health, maybe controlled by a smartphone, but actually delivering medications from a central source locally. And could you share with us your perspective? Because I also understand that the use of drones that deliver medications to remote communities is actually being pioneered in Africa. It's not being pioneered in North America. It's being pioneered in your region, in your neighborhood. And so I often find that the use of even non-smartphones, cell phones, as a digital advance in communities in Africa takes on very different importance. Could you reflect a little bit about the differences of digital health innovation?
Digital in general is very well used in Africa. In some countries, you have, it can be 90%, 70% of the people with smartphone, for example. And this is an opportunity for Africa. And what I have seen looking at medication, for example, for the supply chain management and to avoid shortages, we had at one time used smartphone just for nurses who are very far to be able to discuss with the central store and to be able to avoid to have shortages of some medication. You look at the drones in Rwanda, this has been something fantastic. First of all, it was for delivering of blood, but after they use it for medication. And for, we have also a lot of experience on telemedicine with somebody very far in rural area with only one small device where they can put it on on a pregnant woman and just look at it. And this is going after to the capital, and a gynecologist, for example, can say, attention, you need to do this or that, or you need to evacuate this lady. So this is something now we are using, but I need to confess that it is not always done at large scale. It is often some experiences, sometimes limited. And what is our challenge is to put it at large scales. And this is one of our challenge, and maybe what we would like to see more in Africa. But all the ideas are there and all the experience also, but it cannot be just one zone, one rural area. It needs to be everywhere.
You know, thank you for that. And, you know, often I think of the past chairs of Galien and regions I've had the privilege of working with. You have an incredible background as a clinician, as an inventor, as a business leader, as someone committed to public health and public service. Right now, you're a Minister of State. You've also, I believe, been a Minister of Health in Senegal. Is that correct?
Yes.
You've been CEO of a company. You've been a liaison and a supporter of the World Health Organization. You've worked with some of the great infectious disease specialists in the world. Could you share with us your perspective about infectious disease and the need for collaboration? Why is it so important? Why is it so important that the world open itself up to each other in terms of ideas, collaboration, the exchange of science, and how the connection between Africa and Europe and North America and Asia is so important to our world's health?
Infectious disease was looked as a problem of the developing world. It's Africa, it's Asia, it's sometimes in some countries in Latin America, but no more infectious disease really in the north, and particularly epidemics. And the COVID-19 pandemic has shown that we have one world. The world is a global village, and we need to know that we can learn from each other. We have to share our experiences. Today, because of Ebola was in Central Africa, in the Democratic Republic of Congo particularly, but came in 2014 in West Africa. It was new for us. We didn't know what was Ebola. I am a teacher. I was, because now I am more in another position, but I was a professor at the university, and I was training and teaching that Ebola is a disease of Central Africa, not our disease. And when Ebola came to West Africa, it was a surprise. And because we didn't have time before to look at what happened elsewhere, we were surprised, and we took a lot of time to do a good job. So Ebola has been for us a learning process. And when we look at COVID-19, maybe why Africa is today maybe the continent less infected, has less cases, has less death, and we have a very poor health system. Maybe it's because of experience. Maybe it's because we have learned to deal with infectious disease and with epidemic, but also a lot of other things like maybe mutation of the virus, etc. But what I want to say is that the North, the Europe, the US need to learn also from Africa and need to look at what happened in Africa. And I think that this will help us. We need to learn from them, but they need to learn from us. And this will maybe change the way the world will work in the future. It is why in our program for the forum, we have put one session, it's the last one, on post-COVID-19. Things will change. Things will change, and the digital will be more used. We need to know that we have more experience on that, and maybe it can help also to avoid all this travel we are doing, all this meeting we are doing, using more tele conferences, all this. So it's just to say that infectious disease is no more the problem of the developing world, is a world problem, and we need to look at it like this.
I'm so glad that you're part of the Galien community now. I want to congratulate you on your role as chair of Galien Africa. I want to also acknowledge your leadership role in chairing the summit, the forum, on December 8th through the 11th in Dakar. I think that will be incredible. I've seen the program. I urge everyone who is interested to participate. You graciously began our conversation acknowledging the Prix Galien winners. You're about to announce in 5 weeks the first Prix Galien Africa Digital Health Award recipient. For you, what does the Prix Galien mean in terms of the recipient, the nominees? Could you share your philosophy of what it means to be a Prix Galien nominee?
Just maybe it is not like this everywhere in the world, but in Senegal and in a lot of Francophone Africa, when you are a pharmacist and you finish your and have a graduation, you just say that you will say on looking at Galien. Galien is your patron, we can say. And it is why being part of the Galien family is important. But also we have seen the foundation working for now 50 years and looking at innovation, looking at technology, looking at something not people used to do. And this is what I was saying at some moment ago. the issue of looking out of the box. And Galien is also like this. It is really looking at things who can help the world, and not things you see every day, but also the ethical issues we are putting on the table. And we have also with Galien looking a lot at young people, but also at women. During our forum, we will have one day, it will be women in the STEAM, women in mathematics, in science, and all this is important, and all this is the Galien philosophy. It is why we are very happy to be part of this family, and we are driving now the Galien Forum and the Galien Prize in Africa. And this will be not this time the prize because of COVID. It has been a little bit disturbance, but we will explain to people what is our now procedures and call for application. And we would like to have the prize now from Africa being presented and see the selection and the winners in 2021 in Dakar. And this will be part also of the jubilee of the 15 years anniversary. We will be in Dakar. And I would like to thank Susan Sue Desmond Hellman. She's the chair of your Galien International Prize, yes, and US Prize. And she, after a lot of discussion, I think they have decided now to present the winners in Africa at the forum. They will do every 2 years in Africa. And this is for us an honor, and we will welcome them there. And 2021 will be for us a key year with a lot of activities.
We look forward to being with you in 2021 in Africa. I would say while it's an honor for you, it is an exchange and honor for all of us who are part of the Galien community and believe that innovation can improve the human condition. What a wonderful beginning to our press conference and the introduction of our 2020 Prix Galien Award recipients. I think you have given through your comments great honor to all the participants, all the nominees of Prix Galien. Thank you, Dr. COLL-SECK, for joining us today. Thank you for championing Galien in Africa. Thank you for all the work you're doing for patients around the world. We wish you continued success and blessings in your great work. Thank you for joining us today. Now on to our press conference.
Thank you.